this is my opinion, obviously. So, I mean, people are going to get mad at me, but it's like, it is what it is. Also, I have strong opinions and then change them like month to month. So like you could see me playing a Tele one day. That
Bring
would
this clip
happen.
up.
And I would be like, Strats. I've always hated Strats. That happens. That's the kind of guy I am. Sup, fool? Dude, yeah, we changed shirts because it's the same day.
We're not pre-recording this.
We are pre-recording. That's what we do, dude. That's how. That's content. We're professionals, baby.
That's the way it goes.
Yeah, two podcasts in one day. This one's gonna be a little bit shorter because we're still kind of leaning into the casting world.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm not used to talking for this long.
It's a lot of talking, dude. It's cool though. I liked it.
Rooney's joining us for this one.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a fun one because a lot of people always ask me about like gear and stuff.
Are we doing gear talk?
We're doing big old gear talk today. Just chatting. This is for the guitar players. If you're not a guitar player, I'm really sorry.
Hopefully, it's still interesting and entertaining and funny.
Yeah, it's one of those things. We're just gonna jump into the gear and people ask me about it all the time. They're always like, "What do you use? What's your thing?" And
do you want to give it?
A lot of guitar players listen to Slow Joy.
Really?
Yeah,
makes sense.
So you asked and we're answering. That's what this episode is about. It's gear talk.
There's a floating hair.
Hell yeah,
it's like attached
it's
to
Rooney,
your beard.
It's a Rooney hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I it's interesting, like how much people care about that stuff, and I'm like, I don't care at all. But then I find myself like looking up videos of other bands' gear.
Yep.
All the time.
Yep.
I'm always watching those like Premier guitar things.
Dude, I remember watching the turnover one, like all day, every day.
Just to see.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's a lot like like when I was skating, it's like skateboard madness, where like you have your deck and your trucks and your all of the wheels and the grip tape.
It's a whole world. I mean, even with like camera gear, you know about that.
Yeah,
that shit's crazy.
Well, like, and it also just really, really matters for like what kind of sound you're crafting. Like, you could do a lot of things with like you can make a BC Rich sound cool if you want to, but
yeah,
it's one of those things where it's like I used to be put off by it, because it was like gear and like guitar stuff was kind of lame to me. Eventually, I was like, not as, I don't know, it just wasn't. It got to the point where I was like, do we care about the songs anymore? Or are we just kind of like thinking about
how much money this guy spent?
Exactly. So I stopped paying attention to it. I mean, on crawling, my entire drive section was $60. Two
That's
pedals.
insane.
2 pedals costed $60. It was a Joyo TS808.
Let's go.
Clone. You can get it on Amazon. I think it's called like the Vintage Drive. And then a Joyo Rat clone, which I don't remember what that's called, but it's a rat clone.
Sounds like a rat.
Like a fat rat. It has like a little switch. Both of those pedals were all over Soft Slam, Crawling. Golden Goddess doesn't have any drive, but like I recorded that into like just a DeVille, like a 410 DeVille, which is like a really cheap amp that I still play on to this day. Well, actually, those like 96 DeVilles are actually getting to be pretty sought after.
Yeah, they're getting up there.
Yeah,
I had another buddy that ran a DeVille.
Yeah, they call it the silver face now because they like switched them over to black in the back. Like if you look at the little thing, so that's mine's the silver face one, and it sounds great. It's stock, everything. But that's what I was saying is like I kind of got out of that whole thing for a little bit because I was like just sick of it. I was just sick of like
the comparison and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the listener just doesn't care.
That is true.
About whether or not this is this or, you know what I mean? And I also like it was like uninspiring to me to be like, oh, you want this sound, ABC. Like that's kind of boring.
Yeah, it's like too cut and dry. Like I want to find my own shit.
Exactly. Like put your distortion before your delay. Otherwise this and like it just got really boring to me. So for the longest time, I just didn't care. And then once I started making these songs and playing them, I was like, oh, I guess I do need a reverb for this moment. And then so I like put a reverb on it, and then like, oh, I guess I do need a compressor. And
your board has gotten
bigger and bigger because
bigger.
because like I start to really like the moments more than I like the like individual like tones, and then like the dudes at like Walrus hooked it up with a big old care package, and that like, oh, okay. This does sound better than a $35 drive. Oh my God. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, okay, yeah, no, that's why you spend the money for something like this. This sounds incredible. And like it really inspires you to like create more. And that honestly, that's what opened me up to it, was like that. Shout out to Walrus. That gear thing was like, oh shit, like this thing is like, it is important, because like if you hear the way this delay, not to say that you need to spend the money, but it's like one of those things where like if something inspires you to write a song that's kind of valueless, like or priceless, it's I mean, if I get a song out of a pedal, worth its money.
Yeah, it's like a different color of paint, or like a different brush.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah, it starts to be really fun too, because you get these little like I like to paint my things, or like put little stickers on it, and like I want it to look like me. And that's when I started to realize like I don't really like the way Nigel Houston skates.
Okay,
Let me tell you, it's gonna make sense. Yeah, wait, watch. I don't like the way Nigel Houston skates.
Okay,
I don't like his style. Like the way he does it, but he's still riding, a board with wheels and trucks and things along those lines. I don't care what they are, because like I don't really like. But I love Mason Silva, and I love the way he skates, and I want to know what type of things he's using. There, right?
Yeah.
And then I started to realize that guitar is just like in, which I feel like this is so dumb that I like am bass backwards about this, but like it's just skateboarding. It's like I don't like your style, so why would I like your gear? Like, and most of the people who make like gear videos and things along those lines, I don't really like their style, but just because they don't like. Nija and Mason, I think they're still this way, but they are. They're both on Nike.
Okay.
They're both skating Nike shoes.
Nice.
But they skate differently.
Yeah.
So I like one of their style. I don't like their other style. And I was like, oh, okay. Like style plays into it. Like you can't. It's not the shoe that like. So I didn't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater anymore. So I started to like kind of get stoked on gear after that. Does that make sense?
No, it makes perfect sense. I was caught up on babies and bathwater.
Oh, throw the baby out with the bathwater? You've never heard that?
No.
You've never heard that term?
Tell me if I'm dumb.
Tell me if I'm dumb. You've never heard throw the baby out with the bathwater?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Where did that come? Did someone do that?
I guess.
That's sick, dude.
Someone threw their baby.
Well, it's like, because it was back in the day when they used to throw bathwater out.
Oh, I am dumb.
Yeah, and then you don't want to like
throw the baby when you're throwing.
Yeah, but who is not keeping track of their baby? People were just losing babies back then, though, dude. Like back in the day, you talk to any old person, they're like, I had 17 brothers and only 6 of them survived. Like people were just toast. It was crazy. Yeah, the infant mortality was like nuts back then. That's a good gear talk.
That's good gear talk.
Baby gear talk. Yeah. Anyway, so that's what got me into it. I like style. So I kind of started following guitarists that like I like their style, and a lot of the times they're like really minimalist. And then I was like, oh, I can start to develop my own style with this. And thankfully, like because people started liking my music, I started getting like really good free stuff. Which was really dope. I would have paid for it too, but it was like really cool that I was getting these pedals, and like it was opening my world up to like all this like, holy shit. Like it's gotten so good since I used to be into it. It's gotten so good.
So much has happened.
Yeah, so much has changed. You got like blend knobs on distortion pedals and like all this crazy shit.
Yeah.
And I also started breaking rules. Like I put like reverbs and delays before my distortions now. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Just because I like it, dude. I like it to be wrong, and it makes me happy. And then,
I mean, who says that it's wrong?
Exactly. Well, it's like, and then recently I've gotten extremely into Nirvana, just way more than I ever had. So like I like Cobain. He like did things the wrong way, and I love that.
Dude,
like,
he was ambidextrous. He didn't have to play left-handed. He just
wanted to. Yeah, because it was different. And his like main in utero, his like one of his main distortions was this like Sans amp. Classic is what they called it.
Uh-huh.
It's made to not go into an amp. It's
Okay.
made to be like, it's
Like
a
a
sans
preamp?
amp, yeah, which is like no amp. So it's supposed to be just like you plug it directly in. But he used it as a distortion pedal, which is like so sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, and it sounds like it's got that in utero guitar sound, which is like not common. Like you can't,
It's hard to recreate.
yeah, it's like a Boss DS1 and a sans amp together.
That's
and
crazy.
It just sounds amazing.
Was he, what, do you know what guitar he was using? Was he at
He's
the
used
Jag
several.
thing at
So
that
he had a
point?
Strat, a Jag sting. I'm
Yeah.
getting back into Strats, by the way. I'm gonna buy a Strat.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a white on white Strat. Honestly,
Fuck yeah.
just like his. And then I Don't Hate You. That one's coming out in September, by the way.
September 6th?
Yeah, 8th.
8th? Early September.
8th. September 8th. My bad.
Yeah, learn it, and then come to a show and sing the goddamn words.
Yeah, I like that. There and repost it on TikTok. It helps, dude. It helps. It's a very helpful thing. So I like the way that he was using things wrong. So I like started to get into that and breaking rules, and it got me really excited about that. But I'm getting a white Strat because on that song I used a Strat with hot rails, which is like it's like a single coil sized humbucker,
Okay, gotcha.
which is sick, dude.
Yeah.
And like it sounded amazing. I didn't even know it was a humbucker until recently. Like I was like, that's a weird looking single coil. And then like I looked back at it and I was like, oh, that's
Is that
sick.
the one with the 2 bar, like silver bars on
Yeah,
it?
but it's like the size of a single
Yeah,
coil.
yeah.
So Kurt
I've seen
Cobain
it.
had that on his Strat, which is cool because like if you go to the neck pickup, you have like that Strat neck sound, which is like the best sound. I have like a touch of synesthesia. I was like telling you guys about this on tour.
Yeah.
But like I really like songs that sound blue.
Yeah.
And like that is one of them, or that's a thing that sounds blue is like a
Strat neck pickup.
yeah. So I love that, and I've kind of had to not have it with it. Like the Starcaster has been amazing for me, and like all these other guitars, but I've just been wanting it to sound like a Strat this whole time. So I'm gonna get a Strat with that hot rail and like play that for a little bit live, which is gonna be so
Would the
sick.
hot rail be in the neck, or is
No,
it
in the bridge.
In the
so
bridge?
I want the bridge humbucker.
Oh, so then you can fucking beef it up.
Yeah, dog. Ooh. Isn't that sick?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a really cool concept.
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. I'm excited. Grant is a really good friend of mine. He like his guitar tech for me and like does that every now and again. But I'm just gonna like give him the parts and be like, do it. Yeah, do it.
Do it.
I don't know how to make this. But yeah, I'll talk about my rig for a second and then kind of go into it. That's my philosophy though, is like break rules, dude. Yeah, starting with the
Have
rules.
fun.
Yeah, that's it. From there, I was like, oh shit! Like I signed a record deal and like they gave me money, obviously, and I was like, I'm gonna buy my dream rig. I never got to have this, and I always loved orange amps.
Yeah.
And I always loved Bassmans, and people never combine those. Because like an orange is like distortion, like the rules are the rules kind of thing, and a Bassman is like, well, it's like pristine and vintage and blah blah blah, and you have to rewire an orange 212 for the Bassman
really?
to work with it. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
you did
because
that.
the Bassman is 4 ohms or 8 ohms, 4 ohms.
Okay.
It's 4 ohms. And you have to like rewire the cab to make sense for the Bassman. So it's like not made to do that.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
You have to, I mean, it's easy to do, but it's not made to do that. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna do it. And that's how I got my rig that is like just, I mean, that amp combination is insane.
Yeah, dude, it sounds so good.
Because it's like lover
It's like Romeo.
it's like a Romeo and Juliet, dude.
Two lovers that weren't meant to
the
be.
Capulets and the Montagues getting together. It's so sick, bro. I love it so much. And like no distortion on it. Like it's so clean that like all of my pedals that I run into
Like,
it.
and they run so well through it.
Because there's so much headroom. An insane
It's
amount of headroom.
insane.
There's no reverb on it. It is just amp.
You don't have reverb on it?
There's no reverb on it.
Oh.
Yeah, Bassmans don't have reverb. Everybody asks me what year my Bassman is. I say, yeah. I have no idea. Like 60 something? I don't know.
Yeah, someone can probably figure it
So,
out,
yeah.
honestly.
I jumped the channels, which like people get mad at because they're like, that doesn't really do anything. It does make it sound better. Which I talked to Grant about that. He said that jumping at channels when you
Is that
plug
your
a
two
cable,
little-
yeah,
yeah,
and
yeah.
so it like sends the signal to the other channel, so it runs both channels at the same time. Don't know how that makes sense, but it does. He said he was telling me that's like really good because it runs them both simultaneously, so it like runs the preamp a little bit better.
Yeah.
And then I like to use it because one of them is it's standing right there, but one of them is a bass channel and the other one's like a normal like guitar channel. And I like to use the normal channel as like my treble and the bass channel as my bass.
Yeah.
So I run heavy treble on the normal channel and heavy bass on the bass channel.
Interesting.
And then I just use the volumes of those two channels to mix
To, like, blend it.
yeah, because
Yeah.
it doesn't have any middle either. That's another thing I love about this is it's like it doesn't fuck with mids. It just mids are there. Guitar is mid, so why would we do that? So you have your bass and your treble, and like that's it. And so I just use the volumes on those two channels to like.
And then do you
adjust.
run out of 2 and then into 1 from 2?
So 1 and then 2 goes to 1.
Yes.
And then yeah. So yeah, it ends up working really well. And then you have your master volume, and then I run those two channels like really hot, like 8 or 9, and then my master's at like 2. So it's like creamy. I don't know. It's not distorted, but it's not distorted.
Yeah.
It's like
it still has a bite to it.
yeah,
but,
I
like,
wouldn't even
not
say
too
it's
much.
crunch.
Okay.
Yeah. Some
Like a
people are
little
like,
nibble.
yeah, it's just thick. That's the only way I can describe it.
It is very thick.
It's like a
I'm
thick
excited
tone.
to see to hear a Strat through it.
Oh,
'Cause
dude,
I don't think I have.
That's the best tone.
Uh-huh.
I'll show you after this. I have my Strat here. I have like the best Strat in the world. The late '90s Strats were the 20th anniversary series guitars for Fender, and they're some of the finest Strats that were ever made. Is what they said.
Really?
Yeah, like I was watching this video about it, and like someone took over Fender at that time and really just like got it, and they made some of the best like American Strats ever. And I have one. It's from my grandpa, so it like means
that's so sick.
It just means I have his signature on the back of the neck of the headstock, and it just means too much to me. So
Yeah.
like I'll fly it to go record with in the studio next week, or the week after next. But I will never tour with it.
Yeah.
Like I don't want it to be like I'm rough on my guitars live, so like I never want to be in that zone. And then I don't want it to get stolen.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So like it kind of never leaves this house unless I'm like in the studio, then I'll take it. But like I'm very, very particular about that guitar. So I don't. That's why I bought another Strat. It's the same reason why I bought another Starcaster. Is because like this is technically Lindsay's Starcaster actually.
Yeah.
The black one. Yeah.
You
So
just steal it from her. every
yeah,
day.
I'm like, you're not gonna use it.
Yeah, wasn't it originally
It was
yours?
mine.
And then you
so
sold it to
so
her?
yeah, okay, that's a weird story. So
we don't have to talk about
No,
it.
we can talk about it. So I bought it because I love Kings of Leon, but I love Fender.
Yes.
So Kings of Leon plays through. I used to have a Sheridan. They play through Gibson 335s, which are like
Okay.
hollow body.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is actually why my two sounds are this way. Like if you listen to a Slow Joy song, it's going to either be a Strat or a semi hollow body. Like those are the two things that like make up my guitar sounds. And then it's usually going to be a very, very clean amp with like a closed back cab because I like the bass sound. Because I like my Strat, but I like my Strat because it's so high pitched, and then I like chimey.
Yeah.
And then I like my amp to be bassy as fuck.
Yeah. No,
Which is-
and I think that's where it balances out.
Yeah.
Like sound wise for you, like because especially when you play the duo.
Yeah, I
Sonic,
play
like,
really thin guitars.
Yeah. Like that one is super thin, but it sounds so beefy
Because
through
yeah,
your shit.
because
Yeah.
everything I do is to like thicken it. So like if you put something with like EMG pickups, I know I shit talked them in another video, but something with like active pickups that's like made for distortion sounds, it doesn't sound good. It starts sounding muddy because I'm like, this needs to be like a really thin guitar.
Gotcha.
Tone. To a degree, like it still has humbuckers, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's like a thinner body. Well, I played a Sheridan for the longest time, which is like a 335 knockoff because I love Kings of Leon. But I love Fender guitars.
Yeah.
So I got rid of it and got the black Starcaster.
Because you love Tom DeLonge so much.
Yeah, no, because it's a Fender 335.
Yeah,
Functionally.
yeah.
So I was like, and it had the thick humbuckers, and I was like, that's cool because it's different. But it was kind of like my way to be like, I still loved Kings of Leon, but I like got to do Fender still.
Yeah.
And that was like a really cool thing. Well, I had to pay rent one month, so I was like I was so poor back then. I was like eating like beans. Like that's like how poor I was. Which, by the way, I wish someone would have told me this back then. But you don't have to do that. Like the way like making it works in music, it takes a while, and you're gonna know for a while before like a tour comes up. It'll be like months before. Like I was always like, well, I can't like get a real job because like I gotta be ready to go on tour or like all that stuff. You don't. You can work a full-time job, and then you actually have more time outside of work if you do like a 9 to 5, and then you just work from 5 to like 10 on your music. Then you're you have more time than if you're just like starving. So. Just so you know, which I did that for a little bit, and then now music is my job, which is insane. But I had to pay rent one month, and I put it up for sale. And Lindsay was like, I wanted to get back into guitar. She was like, so I'll buy it. And I was like, no, I'll give it to you. And she like didn't let me give it to her. So she bought it off me, and then like had it for a little bit in her closet. And then we got married, and it came back over here. And then I was like, can I start using your guitar? And she's like, yeah.
Just didn't care.
Yeah, honestly, I think it was her way of like making sure I don't get kicked out. Sweet girl. She was like working a full-time job, and I was just like working at a coffee shop, starving. And she hooked it up. But yeah, that was so that guitar means a lot. And I bought that guitar for like $500, like used.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because nobody wanted them back then. They were like, oh, there's a dumb guitar.
I feel like they still don't.
They still don't want them.
Oh, I mean, I still hate the fucking thing.
Oh, fuck you. Starcaster's amazing. Well, back then...
It sounds really good.
And they look great, too. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'd kick your ass. Hey, vote in the comments.
Yeah, who's right? This could be another Creed situation.
Yeah, do you like a Starcaster? Yes or no?
And then agree with us that Telecaster's fucking stupid.
Oh, yeah, I actually have it in my notes right here to talk shit about Teles. Look, it says right there, talk shit about Teles. Fuck Teles, dude. Fuck that guitar. That is a dumb guitar. It's a block of wood under you. It's the most basic guitar of all time. And Chris from the band Emery, if you hear me, those guitars suck ass. They sound okay. I'll give you that. His sounds amazing. However, Teles... It's not because of the Tele, it's in spite of the Tele. That's the thing. It's like Chris sounds amazing in spite of the Tele into the Vox. Yeah, he sounds amazing, but the Tele and the Vox are not helping him. He just sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so fuck Teles. There you go. There you go, the internet. Chew on this one. Teles are trash.
But man plays a Starcaster. Okay.
Fender's going to knock me off. They're going to kick me off. That was their first guitar. Fender's like calling me. They're like, we're not supporting you anymore, dude. What the fuck? You're talking about our flagship guitar. It's okay.
No, Strats are.
No, Strats are the second guitar. They are actually the better Tele. Here's a story for you. So Teles were the first guitars ever made by Fender.
Okay, I didn't know.
And then Leo Fender was like trying to come up with a new guitar style. It was the first like electric guitar. Tele was like actually the first like electric guitar too.
Okay.
Like, or one of the first. Anyway, so Leo Fender was trying to come up with something even like better than the Tele, and did a lot of research and made the Strat, which is like he listened to all the things that were wrong with the Tele and fixed them on the Strat.
Yeah.
Oh
So-
no! There you go. There you go. Everybody who's like, oh, Teles are better than Strats. There you go. Leo Fender made the Strat to fix everything that was wrong with the Tele. You're welcome.
Get shit
on, Teles. Sorry.
No, I mean, I fucking hate. I personally just don't like playing them. It's not
because
fun.
they're a block of wood under you. They're old tech.
I don't understand it.
Yeah, I get mad because everyone's like, it's a perfect guitar. It's not.
No.
It's not a perfect guitar. It's a good guitar. And like, this is my opinion, obviously. So, I mean, people are going to get mad at me, but it's like, it is what it is. Also, I have strong opinions and then change them like month to month. So like, you could see me playing a Tele one day. That would happen. And I would be like, fuck Strats. I've always hated Strats. That happens. That's the kind of guy I am. I'm a weird ass. But yeah, the Tele like is just a block of wood to me, and I hated it. So they made the Strat, which like the ergonomics are better. It's three, it's three single coils. So like the middle position is like amazing. They didn't even have the 5 positions at one point. When they unlocked the 5 position, that was insane. They also it has the Bigsby, or like not the Bigsby, the hardtail. Yeah, whammy, which by the way was like a thing that like was invented for this guitar. Before you couldn't have that sound without like your guitar going out of tune anytime you whammied, and like Strats fixed that. They look better, they sound better, they get you more women, they are or men. They get you more mates. They're just better guitars.
And they feel way better.
And that goes out to you, Chris, from the band Emery. You sound good in spite of your Strat, in spite of your Tele, not because of it.
True.
All joking aside, I gave him so much shit the entire tour.
Yeah.
About it. And he was making fun of me because like, of course I played these niche ass like guitars.
Yeah.
He's like, ooh, look at you. So, which he's right. I'm like, I gotta be different. That's all it is. If you really boil it down to it, like my shit talking of Teles is because like I have to be different. And it's like, I'm playing a Strat. You're not that different. You're copying Kurt Cobain. Chill out, you know. But the Starcaster felt different to me, so that's why I liked it. It was like I like Kings of Leon. I like hollow bodies. Here's the vibe. Sorry, and Kings of Leon does that, and they play Vox amps, and I hate Vox amps, but
I play Vox amp.
yeah. See, telling into a Vox is the worst tone. I'm just gonna throw that one out there.
Don't have a Tele.
It's the worst combination. Now, okay, not worst tone. You can make anything sound amazing. If you're a great guitar player, you're gonna make it sound amazing. However, are you doing it because of or in spite of?
True. And it's okay because Chris made fun of me too.
He
made fun of my
Oh yeah,
guitar.
because you got a Dan Electro?
Yeah.
It's a nice little piece of plastic you got right there.
It's not plastic, dude.
Sorry. See, it's so fun. And people are going to get mad at me for like it is what it is. Yeah, so I bought a different Starcaster. I bought a Squire Starcaster, which is because I beat the shit out of my guitars live. Like,
Yeah.
it's pretty rough. I'm really rough on my guitars, so I don't want to do that. And also Starcaster is like the ones that like Lindsay's is like 3 times the price that I paid for it now. It's like $1,500
That's
for a used
crazy.
one. It's insane. I was gonna buy another one. I was like, I'll buy another Starcaster. They're $500. Nope. I bought my Squire, which was like really good, and like Fender like hooked it up on that. So it's cool because it's a Squire and because it's like a little bit not as like it's not like a $1,500.
Yeah.
Like I can do things to it that I would be
you don't feel super bad.
Yeah, so like I got to like sand down certain parts that like annoy me, like a lot of the times like urethane and like that stuff kind of like sticks to me, especially because I'm like sweaty.
Yeah.
So like I like to sand down like
That it gets me right here.
Yeah,
I'll
so
get like a weird rash.
my Tele or my Tele. What the fuck? No, my Starcaster. I sanded it to the strings, so like where my hand is normally, so that's like a little bit smoother because it's like not annoying all the way up.
Yeah,
And
no, I
then
know exactly what you mean.
the back of the neck, and then I had Lindsay sign the back of my guitar because I love that. I love doing that. And yeah, kind of like roughed it up a little bit, but even live, I just beat the shit out. Like I like punched things and like I just can't control it, so I'm like hitting the cymbals with my headstock and like just really going too hard on guitars. I don't break them. I don't do the smash. Like I'll never do that. That's actually so lame to me. The smash is
unless
lame.
you're Post Malone smashing an acoustic guitar.
Does he do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't do it every show.
Yeah,
that
it's just
lame.
so. I just think smashing a guitar is lame now.
And like kind of a flex.
It's
like, oh, I don't give a shit about this thing that I paid.
Okay,
money
so
for.
that's the thing. Is it's the reason why it bothers me is because it's kind of like rich boy shit.
Yeah.
It's like you're entitled to like you're gonna get another guitar. And it's like there are people who like don't have nice gear that like you're watching them do that every night. And like the MGK smash always annoys me. Every time I see there's always just some like
annoying.
There's a certain type of person who will do it, and like they always annoy me because I'm like, you're not doing a.
You can say Post Malone annoys you.
No, I actually really like him.
I love him.
Yeah. I mean, more power to him, but it is one of those things where I just like don't like it. I don't.
Yeah.
I feel like it's cheesy as shit now to do.
But I just saw this the other day because it pops up on TikTok like every couple weeks. The clip of Nirvana playing the MTV Music Awards,
Yeah.
where Chris throws the bass in the air and it
knocks him out on the way down.
and then
Yeah,
Chris starts throwing, or Kurt is throwing his guitar into the
and that's what
amps and shit.
I'm down for a good old destroy everything you have on stage. Like, I mean, like I said, I'm hard on my guitar. I punch the shit out of my stuff. There's a video clip of me just like throwing my Duosonic on the floor because I get taken over by the crowd
With my hand
Yeah,
out.
he's like trying to catch it and I was like, bang. And it's because like I get taken by the crowd. I get excited. I want it to be like super fun and like it's aggressive and I don't think for a second. Yeah. It's just annoying when you like do it on purpose, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's just I'm just a pretentious. I am pretentious.
No, Machine Gun Kelly's annoying.
Yeah, that's annoying to me. I watched the video. He broke like $30,000 worth of guitars on tour. Just because like every show he would break his guitar.
When you plan to do it every night,
like during this song, I'm going to break it.
That's just weird.
Yeah,
which I understand. You're putting on a show. You're throwing like you want to entertain. You are an entertainer.
And if you can afford it, it makes sense. But
you can entertain by just playing your art.
Yeah, you know how much cooler it would be if you threw that guitar to the crowd every night?
Yeah.
If you're going to get rid of it anyway, just... like, that's cool. Because now you're giving, like, kids a guitar.
Yeah. There was... what band was it? I saw another video on TikTok of, like, this one... I think it was, like, Portugal the Man or some shit. They played, like, a festival, and then the guitar player literally walked off the front of the stage and, like... I mean, that's a big gap. It was like one of those European festivals or something.
Yeah, huge.
Walked off stage. It probably wasn't the Portugal. It doesn't matter. And he handed his guitar to some random dude and then just walked away.
That's so sick.
And the guy was like,
"What do I do with this?" Well, I mean,
like, fine. He was like, and then like took it over the barricade and was like fucking holding it.
I get it. I get it. Like, I mean, my Starcaster, if that wasn't the only one, like, I wouldn't mind.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like it's one of those things where it's like. It's a special thing for them, and like because we do this for a living, like it's a tax write-off to get another guitar. It's like, here, I'm gonna get one from Uncle Sam anyway. Who cares?
Let's go.
Yeah. No, I just think it's cool. I think it's a cool thing to like be able to do stuff like that as opposed to like destructive stuff. Like, I don't know. It's also cool to be destructive. I don't know. I have a hard time with like, and it's the way you destroy a guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
I think it just depends on the moment that you're creating, and if you're planning that moment or the moment is happening naturally.
Unless it's a Teles, then
yeah, you can.
If it's a Teles, yeah, you just throw it directly on the ground. You hear me, Chris? Chris Lee plays one too. Both Chris's play Teles.
What?
Yeah. Isn't that funny?
Why?
Yeah, I don't know. People like Teles, dude. People like Teles into Voxes. That's the thing. I don't like Vox amps.
I like my Vox a lot, but I also I just bought that JC 120, so
yeah,
I'm excited for that.
That's a good guitar. I mean, it's solid state too, which is like sick. Mm-hmm. People hate on solid state, but they're like solid amps.
Yeah. I mean, I almost bought the Cube that they had just because I wanted to mess.
Dude, I recorded on that at the studio
at the vintage
for
one.
Wildflower.
Yeah.
There's something I don't remember what it is, but it has that like for the chorus sound.
I think that's actually why I was looking at them. Yeah. Probably
they're incredibly nice. I was actually bummed because for that studio run we did 2 guitar setups as if I'm 2 guitarists.
Yeah.
So like a whole setup on one side of the room and a whole setup on the other side of the room. Mm-hmm. And I would record on one and then like, oh, we need this part. And then I would go to the other side and play that rig.
Yeah.
So it was like as if there was 2 guys there, which is like really sick because then you don't have to worry about like the tones matching too much or things along those lines. And it kind of brings you into like a new headspace, like to like have a different guitar and stuff. I'll probably do that in the studios, like have a Starcaster in one room and then a Strat. Which those 2 combinations are just, oh, it's so good.
Yeah, and what's his name was doing some weird shit with the amps too at Niles.
Yeah, just twisting bows. Bo's a crazy boy, dude. I love my bow. But yeah, that'll be cool to try that out later. But I think the combinations of those 2 guitars are my favorite. Like I think I'll play those forever. I liked my Duosonic a lot. And I still do, but I just wanted it to feel more like my Strat.
I think you wanted it to be something that
I keep doing that, dude. Yeah. That was how I was when I used to play that Gibson.
Yeah.
I just bleep that word out.
Dude,
I used to play my beep.
I loved... I'm literally going to bleep it.
Yeah.
I loved that Gibson.
Really?
That LPJ.
Yeah.
Dude, That shit was so sick.
It was really cool. Dude, I
sounded
for
so
sure
good.
thought I broke the headstock at Dada that one day.
Oh,
when I
yeah.
threw it on the ground, I just like tossed it. I was like,
Yeah.
whatever. I do. So when people are singing that song, it's like so emotional. I get so excited and I just go, fuck this. I'm like a baby, dude. Whatever I have in my hands just goes on the ground. And like you could just see Grant on the side of the stage, just a tear going down his eye.
Yeah, dude.
He worked so hard to set up those guitars, and he's just like, I'm gonna murder him. I'm glad he's playing this time, so he doesn't have to like just watch me bash these guitars into oblivion.
But you're gonna distract. I mean, he's playing bass the whole time. So
Yeah, I'm gonna push him and stuff. It's gonna be so
He's gonna be
fun. It's aggressive, dude. It's really aggressive. Oh my god, it's really aggressive.
This is woo
This
aggressive,
is
dude.
seriously aggressive. I had a question for you.
Okay.
Okay, you get 3 pedals.
Okay.
What's your setup?
For what? Guitar or bass?
Guitar.
Okay, because
Yeah.
bass is my main.
Yeah.
Guitar. I mean,
And an amp. Let's do
And
3
an
pedals
amp?
and an amp.
okay. I'm just gonna
Tuner
go.
doesn't count, by the way.
Okay, tight. I'm gonna go amp. I haven't played with many, so I'm just gonna say the JC.
Cool.
Because good overall.
That's a solid pick.
Yeah. Are we doing a guitar too?
Sure.
Okay. Guitar. Okay, I have to think about with that amp. I would probably go Jag or Strat.
Nice. You got to pick one, though.
I'm gonna go Jag. I'm gonna go Jag.
Cool.
Because it's not a jazz master, so it's not gonna be like too bassy. It'll be a little surfy.
What's the difference between those 2 guitars? The
the
bodies are the
pickups.
same. Is it pickups?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think they have different
Jaguar.
necks,
Oh, okay.
like neck shapes and sizes.
Okay.
Like I think a jazz is thicker. The neck is thicker than a Jag.
I don't like a thick neck.
I mean, I have small ass hands.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I don't want to work too hard.
yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, I was trying to. Me and my roommate Wiley were playing through a song the other day. He was trying to teach me this chord, this like really specific chord. It's like a
Add 9 situation.
5, add 9, add
Yeah.
7,
Yeah.
or some whatever. Doesn't matter. And like I was like, I literally can't reach this.
Yeah.
It's
That is one of
I
the
was like,
things.
it's physically impossible for me to stretch my hand that far.
The Duosonic is short scale,
Mm-hmm.
and that's actually one of the reasons that I really like it. Is if I need to play some weird chords, like that's a ripper, dude.
Yeah.
That thing is sick.
Say JC 120, Jag. I'm gonna go. That's hard. Okay, I'm gonna go Centaur
Cool.
because I have one
This
and
is
I love
distortion,
it.
right? It's
Yeah,
a Klon. Okay.
Yeah, Klon. I'm gonna go. Probably. What's the Boss delay with the?
The
There's
DD20.
yeah.
That's a very good delay.
I'm gonna go with
I
that guy.
delay a lot.
I used to have one, but it broke.
Yeah, I had it. It's good. The Giga delay. It's
Yes,
good.
that thing rips. And then
I love that delay. I used to have it.
just because I don't. Shit, this is hard. You should have gone first. I don't know things.
You only need one more.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say my Benson preamp because I love that
So you're
thing.
doing 2 preamps and a delay.
Preamp drive delay.
Bold.
Yeah.
That's crazy. No reverb, huh? You were like, fuck that.
The chorus and the reverb on the JC are pretty.
Oh,
tight.
yeah, okay.
Or
That's
the
fair.
chorus is.
Yeah.
And that kind of reverbs it out enough for me. personally.
So I'm gonna do Line 6 Spider 2, Metal Zone, Metal Zone, Metal Zone, and then just whatever BC Rich Warlock, the sickest looking guitar with the lightning bolts all over it. That's
Yeah,
that's
dude.
my 3.
I'm trying to get that Dimebag Daryl.
Yeah,
guitar.
dude, mids all the way up. 17 gauge strings, don't give a shit. Fucking let's go. And then 3 individual 1 spots to power those 3
okay.
different cables. No, all on batteries actually. Yeah. Dude, someone gave me a grunge pedal when I was a kid, and I thought that was the coolest pedal on the planet. I was like, this is the best sound ever. And now I listened back to it, and I was like, that is not a good sounding pedal.
Ooh. You know
But I
what's
heard
a
the
good?
Bad Monkey like got sold for like $1 billion.
The which one?
Bad Monkey. It's the same.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What's a good one? Sorry.
The Behringer Space Chorus,
Nice.
the one that's on my board.
Yeah, because it's based on the Space Echo. This is a chorus.
So
Space Echoes are so good. Yeah.
That's the one that you. Oh no, that was what was the tape delay?
That's Space Echo.
Oh, okay, it
yeah,
was?
Yeah,
Right.
that tape delay, that like with the box amp, those are so sick. And then they make pedal versions of those, which are really sick.
That's the one song I played on his EP.
Yes.
No, literally, I just held that one thing for you, and you were like, "Oh."
I'll just like twist the knobs.
Man,
Actually,
that thing was so sick.
um,
It was cool to like actually see the
to
tapes
go for it.
like to like see it actually.
Yeah, the tape
like,
being
delay.
there. Yeah, that was a really cool, and it like ended up sounding really cool. That was in "Sail a Piece of Heaven for Me," Wildflower. Okay, that amp, that
Makes
rig right
sense.
there. So basement into orange,
Okay.
2x12.
Yeah.
Literally, that is what I want. My guitar would be a Strat for sure. Yeah, with the hot rails on there. It would be like a 96 Strat would be amazing. If I could just find another one of those, that'd be incredible. The Walrus Era's Distortion
Okay.
would be my my first pedal. And oh God, I want a compressor, but then that means I won't get a reverb or a delay. That's hard.
That was yeah.
Yeah. And I need those because this doesn't have either. Okay. Yeah. Oh man, that compressor is like everything though.
Yeah.
Because I do a lot of Yeah. Okay, compressor. So I'll do the diamond compressor.
Okay.
Into the Walrus.
Okay.
And then I guess I'm not gonna have a delay, which is fine.
Yeah.
Ooh, actually, I'm gonna do like a Line 6 Helix.
That's cheating.
Well, you need the.
That's cheating.
Wait a second, that's cheating. Yeah, because you can switch between them, or like an M5 is fine too. Still cheating?
Still
You
cheating.
want me to get like one pedal there?
Yeah.
Okay. Probably the Dark Star then by
Okay.
Old Blood Noise, because
Yeah. I don't know enough shit.
Well, I just have all this stuff.
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
the Verb is like really cool, and then you can it does some really weird shit things. And if I'm gonna only have 3, I want to be able to do some weird shit. You know what I'm saying? And it also, if you turn up the feedback all the way up, it turns into a pad and just like
Oh yeah.
hums on it. It's really cool.
What's it called? I started using my ARP as more of a reverb than a delay.
Yeah, I love doing shit like that.
Yeah.
If you put like I have a VCR volume chorus reverb by I repainted it and stuff. It looks sick.
The Walrus one?
No, it's not by Walrus. It's by
I was thinking
JHS.
I was thinking of the Ryan Adams one.
I put it before it is the Ryan Adams one, which is JHS.
Oh.
That's why I repainted it.
It sure
Yeah.
It sure is JHS.
Yeah. It's got like this cool casket on it. Like looks dope. Way better than it did.
Fuck Ryan Adams.
And then I put it before my distortion. So yeah,
Interesting.
Chorus and reverb before my distortion,
Interesting.
and then I have a chorus and reverb on the other side of my distortion too, if I want that sound. But I like that. Like it's just such a cool sound. It like
Which one do
really-
you use as your like infinite feedback?
I have a DE7 delay. I've bought that 3 times. Every time it gets more and more expensive. Next time I'm going to buy 2. I'm going to hold it and I'm going to make money on this situation. But they break on me all the time because they're like really old.
Yeah.
Ibanez Tone Lock series. Bring that back, Ibanez.
Yeah. Oh,
What
is that the one where the things go
Yeah,
in?
the things go in. If Ibanez was ever like, hey, we're going to give you one of your wishes, it would bring that pedal back.
Yeah.
That pedal is so sick.
Because that's such a sick feature.
Yeah, you can like it tone lock, so it's like stuck in there, and like it's this infinite delay that's incredible. It has this like feedback. I do all that crazy shit with it, and like I take it to every time I go to the studio, I end up using it because it sounds amazing. It's like if you want a weird sound, like that's the way to go, and also it has like amazing delay sounds too. I would have put that on my 3 if like it was 4, that would have been the delay I would have added to it because like I love that delay.
Yeah.
And it's not, there's no tap tempo because you don't need that. You don't need tap tempo on your delays, by the way.
True.
That makes me so mad. Like everybody's like, it's got to be perfectly on time. It's music. I like Just do it. Just get it close. Who cares? Like, make it close. You don't have to like MIDI out your delays to make sure that they fit perfectly.
I
like,
love when people like specifically.
I can't stand that shit,
like,
dude.
What's a BPM?
Yeah, no, it's so annoying. And you're not going to play perfectly on time anyway. So
Yeah.
it's not going to be on time. It's not going to be like 100% on time because if you're off by a millisecond, then it's off forever.
Mm-hmm.
So it does not matter if you're perfectly on. But again, that's just a different style. Some people are nerds. I'm not. I'm just kidding. All joking aside, like, I mean, everybody's entitled to their own opinions. I just like, I think it's so much cooler when you leave some room for chaos.
Yeah.
In your sound.
And to not be so cut and dry. Which if that's your cup of tea, that's your cup of tea.
That's your cup of tea.
Just have a little fun with it. Be a little weird.
Yeah. Speaking about fun with it, I'm gonna jump off this. This was fun. Like that segue? That was a good segue, right?
That was such a Anthony Fantano transition.
Transition off out of here. Y'all, thank you so much for listening to this. Tell us if you like these kind of things. If you like gear stuff, maybe send in like your gear pictures and ask us to rate it. That would be cool.
Yeah, I'll rate the shit out of
yeah,
your
let us
pedal
rate
boards
rate
without knowing
your
anything.
pedal boards. Yeah. That one's cool. That one isn't.
I like the art
If
on
you
that
have
one.
any like gear questions, like we could do like gear talk. I don't know. I know people like these, so it could be fun. I had fun talking about it.
Yeah.
Come to a show, buy some merch, tip your bartenders, and buy from all of the brands that I keep shouting out because they're really good brands and really good people.
Yeah.
And you're really good people, and thank you so much for supporting.
Later.